Hey family, welcome back to the channel. You guys know this is going to be a big one.
We're about to transform my mother-in-law's dining room into our son's bedroom.
This was definitely a challenge because my mom's dining room hasn't changed in over 2 decades. And this is the photo my son said he wanted his new room to look like. Our multi-generational living arrangement has now called for a room makeover.
So this is a good view of the room with the chandelier just sticking right over the bed. You can see that, and so you definitely got to change that out because this is a heavy chandelier. You don't want anybody to get hurt with that. And so, like I said, it's a lot of wallpaper that's coming off the walls already, so hopefully that won't be too hard to do.
The plan for this room was to get as much of the furniture out and to bring things to the center of the room, and then to start with removing the wallpaper. For a lot of our room makeovers, we like to start at the top of the room, do whatever we need to do, and then start working our way down to the floor.
This wallpaper is old. It's originally from the house from back in the 80s. It has 2 layers that were trying to peel themselves off the wall. Some parts were easy to take off and others took a little bit of work.
After we finished smoothing the walls, we began to paint the ceiling. Well, hubby painted the ceiling because he's tall enough to just stand up and go ahead and put a fresh coat of paint on. He had a great idea to use our deck brush and a heavy wool roller to get into all of those crevices of our swirl ceiling.
We were on a budget and custom furniture can be pricey. So we went on Facebook Marketplace and found some pieces that we used to create the look our son was going for.
We had to bring them all into the room to see how they were going to fit together. I was so glad at the pieces we found at the deals we made because everything was less than $60. So we're going to try to get that and that and that to all look like one color. At this point, we were tired of this DIY project and we still had so much more to go. We had to finish painting the walls, stain all the furniture, and then install any shelving and anything on the wall that we wanted to do before we changed out this floor.
Yeah, we had to paint a lot because we were doing 2 rooms at one time.
I did not realize that wainscoting takes a little bit longer to paint than a flat wall.
We're going to show you the results of the other room in another video.
And then we're going to put the white on. I'm glad we put all the furniture in the room to just stage it and see what it would look like because at the last minute, our son decided he did not want the top mirror of the dresser. So he got that out and was ready to take down the chandelier.
This was my first time removing a chandelier and it was like a trophy when I was done. The thing I like is that we were able to use the fan that he had in his old room. The funny thing is that I had to watch my own video to install it this time because I forgot where some of the pieces went.
The old dining room had a dimmer switch, and so when we installed the new fan, we had to upgrade the switch so that he could turn it on and use its remote. Our son wanted new hardware for his dresser, so we had him pick out pulls, and then we had to drill the holes, the new holes, for them to fit. Since our furniture collection was made of a lot of different materials, we had wood, we had composite, we had like MDF, we decided to try a gel stain to make the whole look cohesive. We didn't want a painted look, but we didn't think regular stain would work on some of the other pieces.
Using the gel stain was harder than expected because it took so long to dry.
Now we had to address what happens when you convert one room into a bedroom, and that is you don't have any closets.
Since we didn't want to add any more bulky furniture into this space, we built him an open closet with a shelf and rod bracket and PVC pipe.
Now it's time to check out how the clothes will hang. We are loving the clearance between the top and the bottom. We like the depth of the shelves, and we also like how our bottom shirt hangs but doesn't touch the floor. Faye got that little boost of energy you get when you finish your DIY project and it's looking good, so he went ahead and put up Granddad's shadow box.
And I also put up the custom train shelves that I made for my son. We did all that we can do, and now it's time for the professionals to come in and put in the wood flooring.
At this point, we are seeing the signs of the transformation, and we were also excited to see what the new flooring was going to be because we were all done with this old Berber carpeting. These two rooms were the last places in the house that had carpet, so we were just excited about getting that replaced.
The company moved the furniture to one side of the room, and we were impressed with how fast they were able to do it in one day. The reason we went with the hardwood flooring is because my mother-in-law wanted to match what she had in the rest of the home.
It is so funny how new flooring can bring attention to your vents and make them seem so old. We didn't even want to look for new ones, so we just took them outside, gave them a good cleaning and sanding, and just spray painted them black. They got a quick little refresh and it worked perfectly.
Now our son directed us to where he wanted everything to go.
He was so patient during this process, so we just wanted to add the finishing touches and make this room as nice as we can.
Three things.
It's not on, is it? Once we arranged all the lighting and installed new outlets, we were able to shop and finally replace all of his old linens with new ones. Now let's check out our before and after transformation. Wow, can you believe we did this transformation? From a dining room to our son's bedroom, and he is really enjoying it, and that's what matters most. Now the only thing missing is the door, and they're working on that one.
So we hope that this gives you ideas for your home. And remember, you can DIY too.
See you in the next video.